All right, so if you missed it, last week I managed to do a 50K row within a 6 hour period. So I was just doing an hour on, half an hour off at a really slow pace. And I managed to get a bit over a 50 Ks within that 6 hours. So it was 4 cycles of that hour on, 30 off. So this week, 7 days later, actually, because I wasn't going to do it this weekend. I had a bit of a forearm issue from the 50K row, but it's Saturday now, and I've just decided, I'm gonna give it a crack, see how it goes tomorrow, and see what happens really. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a 100-kilometer row within 12 hours. So it's going to be 8 cycles of that 1 hour on, half an hour off. So it's pretty much an all day. I'm going to be planning probably around about a 7 o'clock start. So it means I'm going to be finished at 7 o'clock at night, which is around about what time it is right now. But what I want to explain to you guys is stuff like this, you don't just go off and do it. All right, there's been a lot of training that goes into stuff like this. Just no one's seen it. There's been bits and pieces on Facebook, but you haven't really seen the bulk of it. But also with that, the actual challenge doesn't start tomorrow either. It starts tonight. It starts the day before you even start the rowing, because you've got to prep a lot of things. You got to think about what you're going to be eating, how you're going to hydrate yourself. Everything's got to be set up before you even start tomorrow. And because it's going to be a 7 o'clock start, you don't want to be worrying about all of that stuff in the morning. You just won't have time to do it. So I'm just going to run you through a little bit. I decided to write it down. This is just my meal plan for tomorrow. So in the morning, I'm just going to have some protein oat pancakes. So it's just a matter of a whole heap of oats, bananas, eggs, and all sorts of stuff that you just blend up and you cook it up in the morning. It's nice and quick to do, and plenty of calories in there. You'll notice all of this, there's no veggies or anything like that. It'll get pretty hard to stomach with only a half an hour rest in between. So it's stuff that's really easy to eat, and also it's going to have a lot of calorie value with it. So lunch and dinner, I'm just making it real simple, like just this stuff, just sweet potato. It's going to have some coconut milk and things like that in it, and butter, just to bulk it up a fair bit and make it taste a little bit better. It's just going to be sweet potato mash and some mince in there. Heap of carbohydrates and a bit of protein in there as well. So snacks, I've got shitloads of fruit over there. The problem is with this sort of thing as well is you don't want to eat stuff you don't normally eat, because this is what I did last week. I had a whole heap of Seminade and my guts were just ruined. So you don't want that happening, and you only got half an hour to eat as well. So something really easy to stomach. Some fruit. You don't want to be eating too much of it. Again, it's that thing with the stomach, but that's nice, high in sugar, and you also get hydrated through that as well. Some peanut butter, like some toast, pretty much. Peanut butter is really good because it's got lots of fats in there. That's lots of calories in there too. Jam and honey, you've got those carbohydrates, really quick absorbed energy there too. Muesli bars, same sort of thing. A protein shake. It's a protein smoothie. So that's got, it's not just a protein shake with milk in it. It's got tons of stuff. It's got milk, whole heap of fruits. It's got oats. It's got protein powder, everything that you need to fuel you through the day. I've got some chocolate biscuits, again, just that quick energy hit. And also, some snacks will be some leftover sweet potato and whatnot. Drinks, as well as that protein smoothie there. So in between, I sweat a lot on the rower, and if anyone's rowed any sort of distance, you'll know you do sweat a lot because you're just under tension the whole time. So you're going to be losing a lot of salt. So I'm going to be putting some Himalayan salt in my actual water to be drinking it, to be getting some of that and some of those electrolytes and everything that you're losing, getting it back into the body. Now, Steminade I've got there. I will be drinking it because, again, that's just really quick calories, a whole heap of sugar in there as well, and it's also got those electrolytes in there too. But like I said last week, I think that's the thing that played up with my stomach a little bit. I did eat a little bit different the whole day, so it mightn't have been that, but I did have it, and I don't normally have it, so I'm just going to limit it as much as possible. That's why I've chucked in the salted water there as well. Chocolate milk, so it's not full cream, but that's like almond milk, but again, quick hit of energy. And there's some milk, because milk's really good for just as long as you can stomach it and it doesn't play up with your stomach. yeah, it's really good as a whole food source. And yeah, that is it for the meal plan. I've already done, I've got the roller all set up, got everything out there. I've got all my clothes and everything ready to go. So yeah, this video is just to show you guys, it doesn't come down just to the day of the challenge when you're doing big things like this. There's so much prep that goes into it, not just training wise, but yeah, like I said, the challenge doesn't just start tomorrow. It starts the day before, preparing everything, getting everything ready. So yeah, just a bit of an insight of what's going on. I'll see you tomorrow. Just something to add with the meal plan. So some of you probably seen it and think, how are you supposed to eat that much through the day? I probably won't eat that much. I probably won't eat anywhere near that much. Last time and when I was just doing the 50K one, I really struggled to eat 2 pieces of peanut butter toast within that break. So yeah, what I do is I just get a big list like that up so that when I stop and whatever I feel like off that list, I can just grab and go. Because if you're stuck with like just a couple of one choice and you come off the rower or whatever you're doing and your guts or the feeling just does not feel like eating that, but you need to eat something, then it's going to be hard. So I've got that big list there. Who knows, I might get through it all. It's going to be a pretty big day, but all of that stuff there is there for me to have plenty of choices throughout the day so that I get enough fuel in, because that's a really big part of it, is just making sure that you're fueled throughout the whole day. You're not waiting until you're hungry, because you won't get hungry when you're doing that sort of stuff. You need to be forcing yourself to eat, and you can't really, it gets really hard to force yourself to eat something that you already don't want to eat. So yeah, that's just a little bit more info for you. Good morning. So it is the morning of the 100K. And I tried to get a good sleep last night, but obviously that was never going to happen. A bit anxious for this morning. Got up, had a decent amount of breakfast, had those protein pancakes. Well, I didn't end up putting the protein powder in there just in case I had a bit of a funny thing with my gut. So I just left that out and just had oats, banana, egg, and just blended it all up and made pancakes out of it. So yeah, right now I'm just going to show you what I've got set up. So this is just in my back sunroom here. Got my rower, I've got a double seat. This is like the Concept 2 cushion, but even that with these longer distance, my ass still hurts. So I cut up a exercise mat and put that underneath as well. Over here, there's some chafe cream, always needed. Yeah, just a glass of water. I did have a Camelback last time, but I just found it just chafed in certain areas, and that weight on your back was even worse. I ended up just chucking it off and not drinking for any of the hours. So I figured, yeah, just an open glass there, half an hour, I can just scull down a whole heap of it. Yeah, just earbuds for listening to podcasts. Now, gloves, I wore gloves when I did a 25K a couple of weeks ago, but I found with the gloves on, it made it even worse for your hands because you sweat so much, and then your hands are just in these damp cloths, and then they end up blistering up more because they're just sitting there damp. So they're there just in case my hands start to tear up or something, then I'll put them on. But other than that, I'll just go without gloves just to keep them nice and dry. And then up on the board here, I've just got I can write shit down. So if I have to jump up for a piss, I can quickly write down the Ks that I'm up to and don't lose track. And then there's the TV there. I watched some stuff last time, but it got more annoying than anything because you can't hear it over the rower. So yeah, I tried to set up my earbuds with it, but it didn't work. So yeah, I might watch some movies, but who knows? I'll probably just end up listening to podcasts. Alrighty, so that is it. Oh, there was one more. I also attached my my heart rate monitor just to the handle there, so I can just keep an eye on things. And as you can see, it is 6:54 on Sunday, and 5 minutes until I start going. All right, 2 1 hour rows down. So I'm at 2,691 meters, so just over 26 Ks. So I'm rolling about 13 Ks per hour. Yeah, for the first one, I felt really good. So I only had, I planned on half an hour rest, but I only had 15-minute rest after the first one because I felt like I didn't need to eat or anything like that. I just had a quick drink and a bit of a rest and jump back on. So yeah, I'm 15 minutes ahead at this time, and even the pace that I'm doing is a little bit quicker than, I plan on doing the 12.5K per hour. So I'm ahead with that as well. So feeling good. Lower back's getting a little bit tight. So 26 Ks in, but yeah, now I'm going to take the full half-hour rest so that I can get some actual food into me. I'm going to have my protein smoothie with a whole heap of fruit and stuff. Have a bit of a rollout and then jump back on, and I'll see you at the 50k mark. All right, 4 rows in, and I've just clocked over 51,946 meters. So yeah, close to 52k. Got heaps bad cotton mouth. Things are starting to, yeah, really hurt. Starting to get those little niggles and whatnot. Tighten it up a fair bit and starting to really fatigue. Yeah, the big thing at this point, there's 2 things that I like to sort of, you visualize these sort of things. Okay, the very first thing is, how's it going to feel when you finish this? All right, what's it going to feel like when I clock over that 100 kilometers? It's a big driver and it makes it feel good and want to actually reach it. And then the second thing is, what's it going to feel like if I quit? And if you've quit anything before, it's not a good feeling. So putting that in your head really stops you from quitting, because you don't want to feel that, especially if you've done it before. All right, so yeah, over halfway now. It's I don't even know what time it is. It's 12:03. Yeah, so lunchtime. Gonna eat some food, have a bit of a rest, and keep chipping away at it. I'll see you at 75k's. So it's lunchtime, bit of a rundown of what I've eaten so far in the challenge. So like I said before, I've just clocked over the 50k mark, so I'm to just about 52k's. So in the first break, I only had about a 15-minute break after the first 1 hour row, and I didn't have anything, so I just had a bit of extra salted water and jumped back on the rower 15 minutes later. So in the next break, I took about 20 minutes, I think it was. And during that time, I had my protein smoothie, which has got bananas, oats, blueberries, milk, yeah, a whole heap of stuff in there. Protein powder as well. And as well as that, I had a couple of chocolate biscuits as well, just a bit of quick energy. And yeah, just some standard water with that, with no salt in it. Jump back on the rower. And the third one, for my third one, I pretty much only had, so I had some Steminade for this one. Bit of quick energy and to get some more electrolytes in there, and as well as that, I just had a muesli bar too. I think I only had about for that one I had a 25-minute rest. So yeah, now this one I'm into. So I've just scooped out some sweet potato that I cooked up last night and some mince, and yeah, got that in the microwave ready to go. So I'll have that, and I'll jump down on the roller and roll my back out because it is tight as hell, and then back on the roller for the second half. Alrighty, so I've just cracked over the 77k mark, so 77,394 meters, and it has all gone to shit. Oh, honestly, I went to get on that, so I was up to my 6th 1 hour row with that one. As soon as I went to get on that rower, one of my abs just completely locked up. Had to jump off and try to press it out. It was like full locked up. So yeah, that put a stop to it straight away, and then I went to jump back on, and as soon as I started rowing, I just felt my hamstrings. They were just in a bad way, and then I got about 500, little bit over 500 meters in. I had to jump off because my legs were just locking up. So that was another thing. And then yeah, I was like, nah, I'm cutting it down to 30-minute hits. So yeah, just to try to break it up a little bit and try to reduce that cramping a little bit more. So yeah, I've cracked out to 30 minutes after that, plus that 500 on top of before I cramped up. So yeah, 2 to go to see how I break them up. But yeah, it's supposed to be like two 1 hours, but I'm just going until I hit 100. So that'll be should be very close to the end of the eighth round of this. So whew, it's getting tough. Well, that is it. 100k's done. Did it in 10 hours and 58 minutes. So yeah, well below the 12-hour mark, which is awesome. It's safe to say I will not be on this rower for a little while. Yeah, my ass is absolutely killing me. So yeah, if you like this, if you think it was a good little challenge, maybe train up to do it one day. Yeah, 100k's in under 12 hours. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank fuck that is over.